Hi, everyone. Have you ever had a moment when you felt like life was moving at a pace that you just couldn't keep up with? Maybe you found yourself going through the motions, not really feeling alive, not really present. Well, today I want to tell you something important. It's time to wake up. We live in a world full of distractions, obligations, and endless noise. We often get so caught up in the hustle that we forget to step back and assess whether we're living the life we truly want. We wake up to an alarm clock, go through our routines, and work hard without truly understanding if what we're doing is leading us toward our goals. But here's the thing, life isn't a rehearsal. You only get one shot. And each day you have a chance to create something extraordinary. So if you find yourself feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or like you're simply going through the motions, remember it's time to wake up. It's time to take control. It's time to decide what you truly want out of life. It's time to get clear on your purpose, to choose to make decisions that are in alignment with your values and goals. We have the power to change our lives at any given moment, but only if we're awake enough to see it. This waking up doesn't mean just opening your eyes in the morning. It means waking up your awareness, your consciousness, your potential. It means fully committing to the life you deserve and creating a path that brings you fulfillment. Now, you might be asking, how do I do this? Understand that your life is the result of your choices. It's easy to blame circumstances or others, but ultimately you are the one who has the power to change your situation. Take ownership of your life. Stop waiting for someone else to fix things. If it's to be, it's up to you. Goals are the blueprint for your success. Define your goals clearly and break them down into manageable steps. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So take time to set specific, measurable, and achievable goals that align with your deepest values. Growth never stops. To truly wake up, you need to be a lifelong learner. Read, listen, and invest in your personal development. The more you know, the more you can achieve. Your knowledge will become your greatest asset. Success is the result of small, consistent actions over time. Build habits that support your success and eliminate those that drain you. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and achievements. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. You become the average of the people you spend the most time with. If you want to rise, surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you. Avoid negativity and toxic environments that hold you back. Positive relationships are key to waking up your true potential. Comfort zones are the enemy of growth. To truly wake up, you must embrace change and step out of your comfort zone. The only way to grow is to take risks and face the unknown. Trust yourself and move forward, even when it's scary. There's no use worrying about things outside your control. Instead, focus on what you can control: your actions, your mindset, and your attitude. When you do this, you'll feel empowered and capable of handling whatever comes your way. It's time to wake up. Right now, today, you have an opportunity to take full control of your life. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances. The time is now, and your future self will thank you for waking up today. Taking responsibility for your life is the first step in creating lasting change. You see, too many people walk through life as if they're waiting for something to happen to them. They wait for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right person to come along and fix things. But here's the truth: nothing happens to you until you decide it will. If you want to change your life, you have to start by taking full responsibility for it. It's easy to point fingers. It's easy to blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for where you are. But let's face it, blaming others doesn't move you forward. It keeps you stuck. You can't change the past and you can't change the actions of other people, but you can change how you respond to them. And that, my friend, is where your power lies. When you take responsibility, you stop seeing yourself as a victim. You stop thinking the world owes you something. Instead, you realize that you are the one who holds the key to your success. Your choices, your decisions, and your actions are what determine where you end up. And once you take full ownership of that, your life changes. Think about it: the things you complain about, the things that frustrate you, they are often the result of your own decisions, whether it's in your career, your relationships, or your health. If you're not happy with where you are, look at what you're doing or not doing that's keeping you there. You are the common denominator in every situation in your life. That's empowering. It means that no matter what's happened up until now, you can change it. But this requires a mindset shift. It's not about blaming yourself for the past. It's about understanding that the future is yours to shape. You are in control of your thoughts, your habits, and your actions. When you take responsibility for those things, you start creating a life that reflects the person you want to become, not the person life has made you. Taking responsibility also means taking ownership of your growth. If you're not where you want to be, it's because there's something you haven't learned, something you haven't done yet. It's not about waiting for a miracle. It's about deciding to become the person who can make that miracle happen. So no more excuses. Stop looking around for someone or something to save you. The power to change your life is already in your hands. The moment you decide to take full responsibility for everything in your life, you step into your true power. And from that moment, the world opens up to you. You have the ability to create the life you want. But it all starts with you owning your choices and your future. It's time to stop waiting and start acting. Take responsibility for your life. Own it. Because when you do, you start to see that you're not at the mercy of life's circumstances. You're the one who is shaping them. Setting clear goals is the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. Without a clear destination, you're simply wandering through life, hoping to end up somewhere meaningful. But life doesn't work that way. If you want to create the life you envision, you must first decide exactly what you want. And I mean really decide. Not just wish or dream, but commit. Most people live with vague ideas of what they want, but that's like trying to navigate with no map. You wouldn't set out on a road trip without knowing where you're going, would you? The same principle applies to your life. If you don't know where you want to go, you'll end up nowhere, or worse, somewhere you never intended to be. Clear goals give you focus. They give you direction. When you set specific goals, you have a purpose to wake up to each day. You're no longer drifting. You're moving with intention. Clarity is power. When you know exactly what you want, every decision you make is aligned with that goal. Every day becomes an opportunity to move closer to your desired outcome. But without that clarity, you'll always find yourself sidetracked, distracted by the noise of life. And here's the key: goals need to be clear and specific. I want to be successful is not a goal. That's a wish. I want to make $100,000 by the end of the year is a goal. It's specific, it's measurable, and it's actionable. When you set goals that are clear, you can break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Each step gives you a sense of progress, which keeps you motivated. It's the constant momentum that helps you push forward, even when the going gets tough. But setting clear goals isn't enough. You must also make them measurable. You can't just say, I want to get in better shape. You need to decide, I will lose 20 pounds in the next 6 months by working out 4 times a week and eating healthier. Now, that's something you can track. It's not just a vague intention, it's a measurable plan. And once you've set these goals, you need to commit to them. This is where most people fall short. They set goals and then get discouraged when the work gets hard or when distractions arise. But commitment is what separates those who achieve from those who don't. It's easy to be excited about a goal when you first set it, but the real test is staying committed when things aren't going smoothly. This is when discipline comes into play, doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Here's another important point: set goals that challenge you. If your goals are too easy, you won't grow. They won't push you to become the person you need to be to reach them. So make sure your goals stretch you, make you think bigger, and force you to step outside your comfort zone. It's only through challenging yourself that you'll realize your true potential. The power of clear goals also comes from their ability to give you something to strive for. Without goals, you might achieve success by accident, but you'll never live with the sense of fulfillment and satisfaction that comes with achieving something you've intentionally worked for. Remember this: your goals are the roadmap to your success. They are the guiding force that will help you navigate through challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. So don't just have dreams, have goals. And make them clear, specific, and challenging. With those in place, you will have a direction, a purpose, and the focus you need to make your dreams a reality. In the end, it all comes down to this: without clear goals, you're simply passing time. But with clear, committed goals, you are on the path to building a life of purpose, achievement, and success. So set your goals and go after them with everything you've got. The future you want is waiting, but only if you take the first step with clarity and determination. If you want to live a life of success and fulfillment, there's one thing you must do consistently: learn every day. I don't care where you're starting from, how much you know, or how far you've come. If you're not committed to learning, you're not growing. And without growth, you're stagnating. The world is constantly changing, and if you're not staying ahead of the curve, you're falling behind. Every single day presents an opportunity to expand your knowledge, improve your skills, and refine your mindset. But too many people let these opportunities slip by. They get caught up in their routines, their distractions, or their comfort zones. They stop learning, and that's when they stop moving forward. Learning isn't just for students or academics. It's for everyone who wants to succeed. And here's the thing: learning doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a fancy degree or hours of study to learn something valuable. It can be as simple as reading a book, listening to a podcast, attending a seminar, or even having a conversation with someone who knows more than you. The key is to make a habit of it. Make learning a part of your everyday life. The best part? Knowledge compounds. The more you learn, the more you grow. And as you grow, you gain new perspectives, new insights, and new ideas that can help you solve problems and achieve your goals. What you learn today can influence your success tomorrow. But the only way to tap into that power is to keep learning. Think about it. If you dedicated just 30 minutes a day to learning, whether it's reading, listening, or practicing something new, that's 15 hours a month. In 1 year, that adds up to 180 hours minus 180 hours of growth, of improvement, of progress. What could you accomplish with that much extra learning under your belt? Learning every day also helps you stay adaptable. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should you. By continuously learning, you stay sharp, and you remain open to new possibilities. You don't get stuck in outdated thinking, and you don't allow yourself to be left behind. The more you learn, the more confident you become in your ability to handle whatever challenges come your way. And let's not forget the power of mentorship. Learning from those who have already walked the path you want to walk is one of the most valuable resources you can tap into. Seek out people who are where you want to be and ask them what they've learned. The lessons they've gained from years of experience can save you time, money, and mistakes. Be humble enough to ask for guidance and wise enough to listen. You can never have too much knowledge, and you can never stop growing. When you make learning a part of your everyday life, you set yourself on a path to constant improvement. And when you commit to daily learning, you'll look back in a year, 5 years, or 10 years, and you'll be amazed at how far you've come. So make it a point to learn every day. Read, listen, observe, practice, and never stop growing. Because the person who is committed to learning will always be ahead of the game, always moving forward, and always on the path to success. Your future depends on what you do today, and what you learn today will determine who you become tomorrow. The key to long-term success, to creating the life you desire, lies not in the big moments, but in the small, disciplined actions you take every single day. You see, success is not a matter of luck or chance, it's a matter of habit. The things you do consistently day after day will ultimately determine the kind of life you build. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing your habits. Discipline is the foundation of everything worthwhile. It's the force that keeps you going when motivation fades, when obstacles arise, and when you'd rather take the easy way out. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is a choice you make every single day. It's the decision to do the things you know you need to do, whether or not you feel like doing them. And let me tell you, this discipline, when developed and applied consistently, will always pay off. It's easy to get excited about a new goal, a new project, or a new venture. But the excitement fades. The novelty wears off. That's when discipline becomes crucial. It's the ability to keep showing up, to keep doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. When you make discipline a part of who you are, you become unstoppable. The beauty of discipline is that it doesn't require perfection, it just requires consistency. It's the consistent actions day in and day out that lead to progress. When you build disciplined habits, you're setting yourself up for success in the long run. And that's what most people miss. Success doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the quiet, everyday moments when no one's watching. It happens when you wake up early, when you stick to your routine, when you do the things you said you would do, no matter what. Here's the thing about habits, they're either working for you or against you. Every day, you are either building habits that move you closer to your goals, or you're building habits that take you further from them. The choice is yours. If you want to be successful, you need to be deliberate about the habits you form. You can't afford to let your habits happen by accident. You must choose them intentionally and then practice them consistently. Start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in a day. Begin by choosing one habit that will move you toward your goals. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes a day, exercising for 20 minutes, or waking up 30 minutes earlier to plan your day. Whatever it is, commit to it, and then follow through. No excuses. As you get better at one habit, add another. Slowly, your disciplined habits will build on each other, creating a strong foundation for success. But it's not just about good habits, it's about breaking bad ones. Everyone has habits that are holding them back, whether it's procrastination, negative self-talk, or distractions. These habits don't serve you, and in fact, they're robbing you of the success and happiness you could be creating. The first step to building better habits is recognizing the ones that are standing in your way. And then you must replace them with habits that support your goals. Discipline also means saying no. It means making tough choices about what you allow into your life. You can't have everything. You can't say yes to every opportunity, every distraction, every temptation that comes your way. If you want to stay focused on what truly matters, you need the discipline to say no to what doesn't serve your long-term vision. Every yes to something unimportant is a no to something important. Building disciplined habits takes time and effort, but once they're in place, they become second nature. And here's the most exciting part: once you establish a solid foundation of discipline, you start to see the results. The goals you once thought were impossible now seem achievable. You look back and realize that your daily disciplined actions have compounded into extraordinary progress. Discipline is what turns potential into reality. It's the difference between wishing and doing. It's what allows you to reach your highest potential and live the life you were meant to live. So take a good look at your habits today. Are they moving you closer to your goals, or are they holding you back? The small, consistent actions you take every day will either propel you towards success or keep you stuck. Start building the disciplined habits that will lead you to your desired future. Because in the end, discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. One of the most important decisions you will ever make in life is the decision about who you choose to spend your time with. The people you surround yourself with have an enormous impact on who you become. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. Your habits, your mindset, your energy, and even your success are all shaped by the company you keep. So if you want to improve your life, you need to start by looking at the people around you. The truth is, the right people can lift you up, challenge you, and inspire you to become the best version of yourself. They will encourage your growth, celebrate your wins, and push you to be better. On the other hand, the wrong people will do the opposite. They'll drag you down, hold you back, and keep you stuck in your comfort zone. If you want to rise, you have to surround yourself with people who are already where you want to be, people who inspire you to think bigger and aim higher. Think about your circle of influence right now. Are the people around you helping you move toward your goals? Are they challenging you to grow, to stretch your potential, to think bigger than you ever have before? Or are they keeping you small, content with mediocrity, and too comfortable to take risks? You have to be honest with yourself here. If your inner circle doesn't support your growth or your aspirations, it's time to make some changes. The power of positive influences lies in their ability to shift your mindset. When you're surrounded by people who are positive, optimistic, and focused on growth, you begin to adopt those same attitudes. You start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. You start to believe that success is possible for you too. And the more you surround yourself with individuals who are passionate about their goals, the more that passion rubs off on you. It's contagious. But it's not just about having people who are doing well financially or achieving great things in their careers. Positive influences go beyond just success. They shape your character, your integrity, and your mindset. The people you choose to spend time with should also embody the values you want to uphold: honesty, kindness, discipline, hard work, and a commitment to constant improvement. Your values will align with theirs, and together you will elevate each other. You also need people who will hold you accountable. If you surround yourself with people who let you off the hook every time you make an excuse or fall short of your potential, you're not growing, you're settling. Growth happens when you have people around you who aren't afraid to call you out on your bad habits, who push you to show up when you'd rather stay comfortable, and who encourage you to keep going even when you feel like giving up. Accountability is one of the greatest gifts you can have. On the flip side, negativity, drama, and people who constantly criticize or undermine you have no place in your life. It's hard to thrive when you're surrounded by people who bring you down, who spread fear or doubt, and who drain your energy. These negative influences will never help you reach your potential. You have to protect your mind and your energy by choosing to limit your exposure to toxic people. You don't need to be harsh, but you do need to be clear about the boundaries you set. The people you surround yourself with should be your cheerleaders, your mentors, and your partners in growth. But that doesn't mean you should only spend time with people who agree with you or share the same opinions. The best people to be around are those who can challenge you, offer different perspectives, and help you see things in new ways. Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, who are more experienced than you, and who push you to think at a higher level. And don't forget, you have the power to choose. If you're not currently surrounded by positive influences, it's time to make a change. Seek out new relationships. Attend events, join groups, or connect with individuals who are aligned with the life you want to create. The right people are out there waiting for you to find them. But you have to be intentional. Ultimately, the environment you create through the people you spend your time with plays a huge role in your success. If you want to be successful, you must build a circle of people who support your vision, challenge you to be better, and inspire you to reach your highest potential. Choose wisely because the right people will elevate you, and the wrong ones will keep you stuck. Your future is too important to leave to chance. Surround yourself with people who help you become the person you were always meant to be. If you want to live a life that's full of growth and progress, there's one thing you absolutely must do: embrace change and take risks. The world is constantly evolving, and if you're not willing to change with it, you're going to get left behind. Change isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's the only way to move forward. And taking risks, well, that's the only way to unlock your true potential. Most people are creatures of habit. They get comfortable with the way things are and avoid stepping outside of their comfort zones. They stick to what's familiar because it feels safe. But here's the hard truth: safety isn't where success lies. Comfort isn't where growth happens. Nothing ever changes until you step out of the familiar and into the unknown. You see, the world is full of opportunity, but it's not going to just fall into your lap. You have to be willing to take risks, to leap into the unknown with faith that the rewards will be worth the effort. Risk is what separates those who achieve great things from those who just play it safe and wonder what could have been. Now, taking risk doesn't mean being reckless. It doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind. What it means is having the courage to make decisions that might not pay off immediately, but could lead to extraordinary outcomes in the long run. Risk is about calculated courage. It's about weighing the potential benefits against the possible downsides and making the bold choice anyway, because you know that if you don't, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Let me tell you this: the biggest risks often come with the biggest rewards, but most people avoid risk because they're afraid of failure. They're afraid of making a mistake, of being embarrassed, or of falling short. But here's the thing: failure is part of the journey. In fact, it's one of the best teachers you'll ever have. Every failure, every mistake, and every setback holds valuable lessons. The key is to learn from them, adjust, and keep going. The person who avoids risk is the person who avoids the possibility of learning and growing. When you're willing to embrace change and take risks, you also open yourself up to new possibilities. You allow yourself to stretch beyond what you thought was possible. Think about the times in your life when you took a leap of faith, when you made a bold decision that took you out of your comfort zone. Sure, it was scary. Sure, it wasn't easy. But look at the growth you experienced as a result. Look at the doors that opened, the opportunities that appeared. When you take risks, you open the door to the life you truly want. Change and risk are often accompanied by uncertainty. And that's okay. No one has all the answers. No one knows exactly what's going to happen next. But the people who succeed don't wait for all the conditions to be perfect. They understand that the perfect moment is the moment you decide to act. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to be willing to take that first step, even when you don't know exactly where it will lead. It's also important to understand that embracing change isn't just about making big, dramatic shifts. It's also about the small changes you make every day. It's about shifting your mindset, your habits, and your actions in ways that move you toward your goals. Every small risk you take, whether it's trying something new, challenging a belief, or stepping up to a new opportunity, builds your confidence, expands your abilities, and positions you for bigger risks in the future. The people who make the greatest impact in life are the ones who embrace change, who look at challenges as opportunities for growth, and who take risks without letting fear hold them back. They don't let comfort or fear of the unknown keep them in the same place. They take action, and as they do, they begin to see that the rewards far outweigh the risks. So I encourage you to take a hard look at your life right now. Are you playing it too safe? Are you avoiding the risks and changes that could propel you toward the success you desire? If the answer is yes, it's time to shift your mindset. Start by embracing change, even in small ways. Begin by taking one small risk today. Whether it's a new project at work, a difficult conversation you've been avoiding, or a new skill you've been meaning to learn, take that risk. I'll make the change. Because when you do, you take control of your future. You create the possibility for extraordinary things to happen. Change and risk are inevitable. You can either fear them, or you can embrace them as the tools that will help you build the life you want. The choice is yours, but understand this: the life you dream of is just on the other side of your willingness to take action, to embrace change, and to take risks. There is no growth without change, and there is no reward without risk. So step forward, take that leap, and trust that the journey will be worth it. If you want to create a life of success and fulfillment, you need to understand one simple truth: you can't control everything. The world is full of unpredictable circumstances, situations, and people. Life will throw challenges your way that are completely beyond your control. But here's the good news: you don't need to control everything. What you can control is how you respond to those circumstances. What you can control is the actions you take, the mindset you adopt, and the decisions you make each and every day. One of the biggest mistakes people make is focusing too much on things they cannot control. They spend their time and energy worrying about the things outside their influence: the economy, the weather, what others think of them, and 1,000 other variables that are simply out of their hands. And what happens? They feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and helpless. They become victims of their circumstances, and that only leads to stress and stagnation. If you want to move forward, you have to stop focusing on what you can't control and start focusing on what you can. The first thing you can control is your mindset. Your attitude is a choice. You decide how you will react to challenges, how you will face obstacles, and how you will approach each day. You can choose to face adversity with optimism or with pessimism. You can choose to see failure as a lesson or as a defeat. The attitude you bring to life is within your control, and it has an enormous impact on your success. When you control your mindset, you control your energy. And when you control your energy, you have the power to shape your outcomes. Another thing you can control is your actions. Every day, you get to decide what actions you will take toward your goals. You can control the effort you put into your work, the habits you develop, and the way you manage your time. You may not be able to control the results immediately, but you can control the process. And if you commit to consistently putting in the work, making the right decisions, and showing up day after day, the results will follow. The key is to focus on the things within your reach, your habits, your effort, your discipline, and let go of the things you can't control. Take responsibility for your actions. If things aren't going the way you want, don't blame the world, don't blame others, and don't blame circumstances. Look at yourself first. What could you be doing differently? How can you improve? How can you adjust your approach to create a better outcome? Life is not about avoiding challenges, it's about how you face them. You can control your response to every situation, and that makes all the difference. You can also control your environment. Now, I don't mean that you can control everything in your life or that you can make the world around you bend to your will. But you do have control over the people you spend time with, the information you consume, and the environments you place yourself in. If you want to grow, you need to surround yourself with people who encourage your development. If you want to succeed, you need to place yourself in environments that support your goals and ambitions. Choose your associations wisely. Don't let negativity, distractions, or toxic influences derail your progress. Focus on curating a space, both mentally and physically, that helps you stay on track toward your goals. Another powerful thing you can control is your learning. No one can stop you from learning. The world is full of resources, books, podcasts, courses, mentors, and more. If you want to improve your skills, broaden your knowledge, or change your mindset, the tools are at your fingertips. You can take control of your personal and professional development by dedicating time each day to learning something new. When you make learning a part of your daily routine, you ensure that you're constantly evolving and staying ahead of the curve. Don't forget to control your emotions as well. Life is emotional. People will disappoint you. Situations will frustrate you. But no matter what happens, you get to decide how you react. Emotions like anger, fear, and frustration are natural, but they don't have to control you. You have the power to manage your emotions and not let them dictate your behavior. When you learn to control your emotions, you unlock a whole new level of freedom and effectiveness in your life. The simple truth is, when you focus on what you can control, you take back your power. You stop being at the mercy of things outside your influence and start becoming the architect of your own destiny. Your success is not determined by external forces, but by the choices you make every day. You control your effort. You control your attitude. You control your actions. And by mastering these, you control your future. So take a deep breath and release the things you can't control. Let go of the frustration, the worry, and the anxiety that come from trying to manage the uncontrollable. Focus instead on the things you can control and pour all of your energy into those. When you do, you'll be amazed at how much progress you can make, how much peace you'll find, and how much success you'll create. It all starts with taking responsibility for what's in your hands and leaving the rest to fate.